We are back in with what I eat in a day to get shredded and to get to 7% body fat. So I'm going to show you what I eat, what my routine's like, and how I balance my physique whilst also running a busy business. So let's get into the video. So first meal of the day. Firstly, hydration. For me, food is low at the minute. So what I need to do is make sure I keep my appetite in a good position. What I'm doing now is I'm having 5 to 6 litres of water just to feel more volume up in my stomach. Again, we've got a double espresso. So caffeine firstly is gonna help keep energized while food is low. And also caffeine is an appetite suppressant. So again, it just keeps my appetite under control. And then in terms of actual food, we're gonna start with a protein shake, 40 grams of protein in this shake. Quick, easy, it digests quickly before training as well. I don't want anything too heavy in the morning. It's still quite early, so it's about 6 AM in Dubai, and we're gonna go straight down to the gym. I wanna save a lot of my food for later on in the day. If you wake up and you have big meals, by 1 in the afternoon, you've eaten a lot of your calories, you're gonna sit there in the evening and you're starting to get hungry and you're gonna start falling off plan. For me, like I'm busier in the day, I'll train, I'll be working, I'm occupied. I won't be thinking about food as much, but then when it gets to the evening time, you're a little bit less busy. That's when you might start thinking about food. And if you've got no food, that's when people will start rummaging through the cupboards and falling off plan. Time to train. It's now 7 AM for me. I like to go to the gym early in the morning, and to be honest, I normally go even earlier, 5:30, 6, but a little bit ill at the minute. But the reason I like to go in the morning is a few reasons. Firstly, I feel more energized, I train better. Secondly, it just starts the day with wins, starts the day on the right foot rather than getting out of bed feeling lazy. And also just relatability. Like a lot of people probably look at me in Dubai and they think, oh, it's easy for you, you can train whenever you want. Well, I want to be in the gym 6 AM, getting into the trenches with everyone else. And to be honest, it's all I've ever known. I haven't always been a coach. I was actually a quantity surveyor for 6 years, which was like 10-hour days, and I'd be in the gym 5:30 in the morning, getting it done, get to work by 7. I did that for 6 years. So yeah, we're gonna get into the gym. We're gonna be hitting push today, big focus on intensity. If you drop food and you drop intensity, you start losing muscle. So you need to make sure you're training very, very hard in those training sessions. We've had a pre-workout energy drink. We've now warmed delts up. Always get blood flowing into the delts. I used to always get shoulder injuries, so before training, always warm the delts up. Now we're gonna get into the session. We're gonna start with 2 isolation movements. I always like to, again, get blood flowing into the working muscles. And also I just find it's good for mind to muscle connection. So we're gonna start with side lateral raises, and then we're gonna move on to cable flies. And then we're gonna go into our big pressing movements, and then we're gonna top out with triceps, finish with abs, and then do 60 minutes of cardio, because we're coming for those shreds. We're now ready for the big compound presses. We've got the blood flow, we've got the mind to muscle connection. We're now ready to get into the big lifts. So what we're gonna do next is 3 pressing movements. We're gonna do 3 sets of Smith machine shoulder press. We're gonna do 2 sets of incline Smith machine chest press and 2 sets of flat Smith machine chest press. When I drop food down, I'll opt for machines rather than free weights. When I'm on a lot of food, I might chuck some big dumbbells around, but when food drops off, recovery capacity reduces, I always stick to plate loaded machines or Smith machine. Key tips here, and I see so many people getting this wrong, when training chest and shoulders, and it holds their development back so much, a full range of motion, especially in the length and range of the motion. So on a shoulder press, a lot of people will bring the weight down to like their eyes. They're not fully lengthening the delts out. You want to bring your hands down to your chin, lengthen those delts out. Most important part of the movement is that deep stretch. Same again on chest. They won't bring it all the way down. Stretch that chest, get as deep as possible, and then drive, get that full range of motion. Chest and shoulders done. We're now going to top out with some tricep work. We're going to do 2 movements, 3 sets on each, so a total of 6 working sets. We're going to do straight bar push downs, and then we're going to do cable tricep rope extensions. 3 heads of the tricep that you want to be targeting: long head, lateral head, medial head. This session, I mean, all movements are going to target all 3 heads, but some are going to optimize it more than others. So in this session, we're targeting more lateral head and medial head. And then my next session of the week, we're going to do some more overhead extension movements, which is going to do more long head. Weight training done. We're now going to do an ab circuit, and then we're going to get into 60 minutes of cardio. I've got 2 different ab workouts. Today I'm going to do a circuit. The other variation is hanging leg raises and cable crunches or machine crunches. This one's going to be more based on body weight and volume. What we're going to do is a 4-minute circuit. We're going to do a minute of sit-ups, straight into a minute of reverse crunches, straight into another minute of sit-ups, straight into another minute of reverse crunches. 4 minutes, no breaks. There's only 2 ways you really need to train your abs. You need to bring your chest down to your knees and your knees up to your chest. So we rinse, repeat that high intensity and combine high volume today with then weight training and progressive overload in the next session. Cardio time, 60 minutes. I always mix up what type of cardio I do just to ultimately keep it interesting. The important thing, if you are in a fat loss phase, is the duration, the frequency, and your heart rate. So you want to do low intensity, steady state. Heart rate wants to be sitting between 130 and I'd say 145, maybe 150 beats per minute. I wouldn't go higher than 150 beats per minute. If you do that for the right duration, depending on what part of the phase that you're in, and the right frequency, it might be 4, 5, or 6 days, or even 7 days a week, you're going to be burning the right amount of calories. You're going to manage fatigue as much as possible in that phase, and that's how you're going to get the most benefits of fat loss. But for me at the minute, to be honest, I'm training for a marathon. At the minute, I'm doing a deload for a couple of weeks, just where I've got this illness, and also I put a lot of work in. We was doing 30-kilometer runs every week. Legs were getting fatigued, so whilst I'm just doing this quick mini fat loss phase, I'm going to go back to low intensity, steady state cardio. So we're back in. So yeah, 60 minutes, and then we're going to go sauna, plunge pool, and then we're going to go back to the laptop and get into work.
The fucking David Goggins you didn't know you needed.
A big training session boxed off. We're now going to do quick recovery sessions. We've just done some stretching. We're going to do an ice bath. We're going to do a sauna because I'm doing a lot of training, so we need to be on top of recovery. Post-workout, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you what calories and macros I'm on for the day. But again, post-workout, see you later. We're just going to keep the calories low and keep the protein high. So what we've got in this shake is 35 grams of whey protein, oats, banana, and then water and ice. Just keeping milk out of it just to keep the calories low. To be honest, I'm not overly hungry after training, not overly hungry in the morning. So keep it light and then save my bigger meals for later on in the day. Let's get back home now, get on the laptop. We've got a big day of coaching last few days before Christmas, so got to keep putting that work in. So let's get into it. We've got 2 more big days. So it's Thursday today, so we've got today and then we've got tomorrow, and then we are going to take a week off over Christmas. Very rarely do I take time off, but to be honest, I do need it because I'm feeling the burnout. We've had a busy year. We've had literally just 1 week off. I took a week off to go to Mykonos in July, and then other than that, it's been 50 weeks of just relentless work rate. We've ran a marathon, we've done a bodybuilding show, we've been pushing business hard, and I'm feeling the pinch now. But we've got 2 more big days left of coaching, and I quite enjoy this week of Christmas because look, I say to my guys, just enjoy that week, stay active, stay on top of training, but enjoy food. Fitness for me needs to be sustainable. And what I'm not is going to be someone who's eating out of Tupperware containers over Christmas. So for me, I'm going to enjoy flexibility with food, and I tell my guys the same. So I can enjoy a week off without stressing, because I know that they're just going to be relaxing, enjoying their Christmas as well. We've got a big day of work, just making sure everyone's got their protocols. They know exactly what to do over the next sort of couple of weeks. And then next week, we're going to bring some lifestyle vlogs. Last couple of videos has been about training, it's been about work. Next week, we're going to bring some lifestyle vlogs, beach clubs, going to nice restaurants and enjoying Christmas. We'll do a work block now, and then we'll get into meal 3 of the day, which is going to be the first actual proper big meal. We've completed work block 1, so we're now going to get into the first big meal of the day. So here we've got 200 grams of cooked chicken, peppers, cashew nuts, with 150 grams of cooked jasmine rice. Good quality protein, good quality carbs. It's a satiating meal. It's going to keep my appetite under control. And where we've kept calories so sort of low in the day, it's now about 1:30 in the afternoon. We've still got 2 big meals and an evening snack to go through. It's just going to keep appetite under control. When I'm on very low food, I just want to keep sweet stuff out of it. Otherwise, it just triggers my cravings. We're going to get into this meal. And then for the rest of the day, we've just got another big block of work to get through. We've got to get some steps in as well. Meal 4 going in now. So we just finished our second work block. We've got a little bit more work to do this evening, but nothing major. So meal 4, which is the second biggest meal of the day, and it is now 7 p.m. We've got 200 grams of fillet steak. We've got 150 grams of white rice. I was going to top out with some veggies, but there's a big storm in Dubai. Got no veggies in the fridge, and they do not deliver when it's raining out here. Again, we've got good quality protein. We need healthy fats, just so we're hitting our healthy fat intake for the day, which is important for managing hormones, brain function, and other important things as well. And we've got good quality carbs with the jasmine rice. And then we're gonna get a Coke Zero as well. In a fat loss phase, normally I'll have 1 or 2 Coke Zeros a day, just to ultimately help me hit my cravings. Let's get into this. Highly satiating. It's going to do the job with macros, with micros, and helping me hit my energy balance for the day. Last and final meal of the day. So we finished work and we're just having an evening snack. So just having this to look forward to. If you're not in a dieting phase, you'll probably look at this and think it's quite boring. If you are in a fat loss phase or restricted of food, honestly, this tastes unbelievable. We've got 250 grams of 0% fat yogurt with mixed berries. So we've got frozen raspberries and frozen blueberries, which brings our total daily intake then. So we've got 210 grams of protein, 175 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fats, and just over 1900 calories, which is aggressive. I am currently 86 kilos, so this is very, very aggressive. I just want to do a quick 2-week fat loss phase, just to ultimately stay as sharp as possible over the Christmas time frame. Typically over Christmas, I'll get a little bit soft. I want to go into the new year looking sharp, feeling sharp, hence I'm putting this dieting phase in there. So the reasoning behind the macros and a little bit of value for you: 2.5 grams of protein per kilo of scale weight when you're in a fat loss phase to make sure you are retaining muscle tissue. 40 grams of fats is a baseline. I will typically in a fat loss phase keep fats between 40 to 60. It's important you do not neglect that. It's important for, most importantly, hormonal function, also controlling inflammation, brain function as well. Keep fats at a baseline to then get as many room in the calorie intake of carbohydrates, which is low. On this calorie intake, it's low, so 175 grams of carbs. Protein at a baseline, fats at a baseline, the rest comes from carbohydrates. We've got a very negative energy balance to drop body fat quickly, looking to pull off about 1 kilo per week. Depending on how much body fat is to come off, I don't always recommend it. If you've got a small amount, you're doing a quick 6-week fat loss phase, you can do it. Anything above 6 weeks, you want to go more at a moderate pace. And as I said, that's a wrap for today. So we're going to chill on the sofa, recharge the batteries, and then we go again tomorrow. So I'll see you guys on the next episode.